Hi, I'm Ali and a warm welcome to Face Yoga Master. So in today's video we're going to do the ultimate 15-minute knuckle routine to really help with fascia release within the forehead area, the cheekbone area, to really help lift up the cheekbones, also the jowls and the jawline, and then finishing off with the all-important lymphatic drainage. Now we're going to be using a great facial oil, so we've got a slip and glide, so we're not compromising the skin by dragging or pulling. And today I'm using my Nourishing Facial Oil here, if you can see, from Kinship Skin, which is an organic facial oil with 11 organic extracts and also oils. Now I'm just going to apply a little bit onto the fingers. And I do find by using a facial oil, it tends to be a bit better than a face cream when we're doing sort of deep fascia work, if you like. So applying all nicely all around the forehead area, the facial area, and then not forgetting the neck. And then just down by the side of the neck as well. So first of all, let's work on the forehead area by doing this deep fascia work. Now we're going to use our knuckles, and you want to make sure that you've got plenty of oil also onto your knuckles. I may apply just a little bit more. Now, although we are going in deep, we're not going to be dragging or pulling at the skin, particularly when you're 50 and over, you tend to lose collagen and elastin. Fascia is like a web-like, kind of like connective tissue within the skin. And if it's quite tight and restricted, when you actually hold an expression on your face, for instance, and you get that wrinkle, it actually keeps that wrinkle in place. So you want to really almost release that sort of fascia to release the tightness within the wrinkles as well. And by also placing facial oil onto your skin, it's going to penetrate even better and deeper when we're doing this fascia work. Now, although we're doing deep fascia work, we're going to really concentrate on being quite deep, but we're not going to be pulling or dragging at the skin. So let's start off with the forehead area here. So I'm first of all going to place a hand as an anchor. We're taking our knuckles here and we're going to use the flat part of the knuckle here, starting from between the eyes, and then we're just placing hand onto the bridge of the nose and just very gently gliding in an upwards motion. This is a gentle, but it's a sort of light, firm touch. You don't want to be grazing at the skin. And when you get to the hairline, just give it a little wiggle as well. Just a few times to really help with the lymphatics as well. Working our way nice, slow and mindful. And we're working vertically against any of those horizontal lines on the forehead. Now I like to do these in the evening, but obviously you can do these in the daytime as well. And then just placing a hand on long as an anchor again, just under the eyebrow, working from the eyebrow, slow and mindful. Further along there, and then working on the other side. So taking our fingers again, placing them sort of as a anchor, taking our other hand, and then we're going to use the flat parts here, placing and just calming up, just gently gliding, light to medium touch here, a little bit deeper than we usually go, again towards the eyebrow here. Slowly working our way along. Releasing any tight fascia pockets. And a bit further along there. And then I just like to release it out with the fingers, just lifting up and gliding. Slight outwards motion from the centre of the forehead towards the temples. Now, if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. I also have, again, my facial oils in my descriptions, as well as my community, if you'd like to join me there. So now let's work on lifting the cheekbone area. And we're going to do some great fascia work for under the cheekbone and also the jowls here. And sort of from the mouth, along the jowl and those nasal labial folds, and we're going to work our way in an outwards motion towards the ears. So we're going to take our finger, which is almost like our pointy finger if you like, and we'll do one side of the face at a time, placing hand on the jawline again as an anchor, taking our hook, and we're starting from the corner of the mouth and just very gently, well, light to medium touch, gliding up towards the nostril here, and then under the cheekbone towards the ears, and then just when you get to the ear, give that a little wiggle again. Again, this is light, but it's kind of like a light to medium touch. We want to go a bit deeper, gliding up. We do this 3 times on each side. And on the other side, hand as an anchor, pointy finger as a hook, from the lip here, sort of the corner of the mouth, slowly lifting up towards that nostril and gliding all the way along under the cheekbone towards the ears. And then just a little massage when we get to the ear area. Again, gliding along. I like to do these, as I say, in the evening, but it's probably quite a good idea to do these perhaps twice a week. And then again with the fingers just lifting up towards the ear. And then taking our fingers, we're going to make almost like a crisscross shape, starting from the jawline here and working our way across the jawline, well, along the jawline towards the ears, lots of different directions, and then working our way slowly upwards, lower part of the face. All the way to the ear, and then on the other side, along the jawline, again, this is a light to medium touch. And then again with the pointy finger now, we're placing our, almost on either side, keeping one as an anchor and just calming along. Light to medium here, working our way all along towards the ear. And then just give us another little wiggle. Again, releasing any tight fascia here. And on the other side, if I come slightly closer so you can see, finger as a hook, just gliding along. If you want, you can come a bit closer to the other finger, particularly if you have slightly more sagging skin. Getting right in there. Light to medium touch, more pressure than our usual facial massage. And then thumb placed under the chin, fingers above, just nice and light now, gliding along. Under and above the jawline where we have plenty of lymph nodes. Heading towards the ear. And then with our fingers, we're interconnecting them onto our forehead and we're just gently gliding down, feather-like touch, towards the temples. Now using the ring finger under the eyes, heading outwards, again low lymphatic drainage, very nice and light. Again on the facial area, just smoothing everything out towards the ears. So let's now work on the neck area. Now the skin on the neck is very fine and delicate, so we're not going to go heavy-handed on this. So we're taking one hand again as an anchor where the collarbone is, and then using the flat of the hand here, and we're lifting in an upwards motion all the way towards the chin. And we're just slowly working our way along, making sure the shoulders are nice and relaxed. and then on the other side. Just gliding along. You may feel you want to swallow when you're doing this, as you can literally feel everything moving along here. Toxins and waste within the lymph, which is very close to the surface of the skin. So this will also help with glowing skin. So now we've lifted everything up, we now need to take our thumbs, place them again under our chin and just gently glide down again. This is such a good movement. Just gliding all the way along towards the ear area. And then just taking our hands, just gliding down the front of the ears where we have plenty of lymph nodes. And then behind the ears where we have plenty of lymph nodes. And then I'd like to take the fingers and we're just going to place our thumbs under sort of where the lobes are, the fingers above, literally in a hook. Let's just massage here on the ears. Little massage for the ears here, using our knuckles. And then slowly working up the ears. Now we tend to forget the ears majority of the time. And then calming down. Back to the lobe here. And then taking our hand, another little bit of fascia here, placing hands almost, well, you can make it into, again, into a knuckle shape, and then just very gently with the flat of the knuckles, this part, right into the hair, mess up the hair a bit, releasing any tight fascia in the head. Now, when we always work on the neck and the facial area, we always tend to forget about the head. And particularly if you suffer with headaches or you have a bit of tension, it's a really great one to really get in there on the head. And behind the ears as well, getting those knuckles behind the ears. You may feel a bit of tension in this area. So you can just really give it a really good massage. I always tend to get slight tenderness in this area, so it's always good to come back to that. And then working all along the hair. And then taking the knuckles here. Again, we're now coming and we're just massaging with the knuckles all along the occipital bone here now. So the bottom of the head, the top of the neck. And we're working our way to the middle. And again, if you feel another little extra tensor point, you can always give it a little extra massage. And then when the fingers are touching the knuckles, you then just take the fingers and one at a time, glide down the big SCM muscle at the side of the neck down to the collarbone. And then on the other side, it's getting ready for the final lymphatic drainage release. So we've done a really great lymphatic drainage, reducing toxins and waste within the facial area, but before that we've done a bit of knuckle work as well, really helping release that tight fascia within the facial area and also on the head area and behind the ears, really important. So now we want to do a lymphatic drainage release. So I always finish off with this from the chin all the way down where our collarbone is, just above. We've got indentations all along here, and if you can just give these a few gentle presses, because this will release all the toxins and waste into the body, ready for elimination. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, I will leave a description on my lovely facial oil here if you'd like to try that out and sort of see other products I have. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing for more content. I have plenty of videos, and please comment down below, tell me how you found this knuckle fascia work today, and if there's any other videos you'd love me to share with you. And please share the video, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next one. Okay, bye.